And then here's the big one. High body count. That's a red flag.
I feel like it's worse to have a ton of exes than a high body count, though.
Yeah,
I
can agree. That's actually a very
right?
I agree with
Taylor.
answer.
Like, if you have like 10 exes, that's one thing. But if you have like a body count of 15, I don't really care if you have body count of 15. But if you're my age and you have 10 exes, it's like, holy shit, like you're a slut. No offense.
So hold on.
10 exes, like you ran through.
Wait, hold on. Just to clarify. So, okay. A woman who slept with 10 men, but they were like longer term, you know, they had some degree of relationship, versus a woman who slept with, say, 50 men, but most of them were like very short flings, one night stands. You think the girl who slept with 10 men and they're all exes, she's ran through?
Yeah, and not just girls, guys too. It's like, and from my perspective, I'm 19, you know, like I haven't had that much time. Like if you have like 10 exes by like 19, that's like holy shit.
I don't even know mathematically how you can have 10 exes.
That's like
that's a lot.
Yeah, well, I just kind of thought of a number, but like,
I'm just trying to think like at what point can someone be considered an ex? Is it like 2-3 month, like at minimum mark? So
I guess so. Like I'm only 21. I only have one ex. Ish.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah, he never really asked me to be his girlfriend, but like when people would ask if we were like boyfriend and girlfriend, he would be like, yeah, she's my girlfriend. But like, is
that what you said too? Like, yeah, this is my boyfriend.
Yeah, I would
or
tell
is it
people
the guy you're dating?
No, like I would tell people he was my boyfriend because it was like for a while.
Because in my current relationship, I never asked her to be my girlfriend.
Yeah, I don't know if it like works that way. I was just but like. Yeah, he never like asked me to be like his girlfriend. I just don't know really how it works anymore, I guess. But like I'm only 21 and like I've only had like one ex. Like he was my only ever like closest thing that I've ever had to a boyfriend. So, and that was like a whole ordeal. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. So, I guess it's just different for people, but yeah, if someone were like my age and had like 13 exes, I'd be like, oh, how do you have 13 exes at the age of 21? Like, someone's got to explain that to me a little bit. But
I mean, like, it depends on like how you define.
Yeah.
You know, like how their acts like definition. Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know, like in China, the dating culture in China, like here, is so different.
Let's talk about the dating culture in China while we're at it.
Like, I don't know, like in China, basically, if you guys are attractive to each other and you tell him, oh, I like you and I like you too, then you're boyfriend, girlfriend. That's easy. Like you like each other and you guys are boyfriend, girlfriend. You're in a relationship. But after I got here, it seems like, American dating culture is so much like complicated. Like people can sleep together. You guys can just live together and you guys are not even like in a relationship.
My girlfriend is Swedish and she has the exact same opinion as you. She hates dating
so
culture
like
in
just
America.
When I first got here, the dating culture here just confused me a lot. I was like so confused about the whole situation, like what happened. Yeah.
That's how it is in France too.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Wait,
France?
Yeah, like
are you from France?
Yeah, I'm from France, and I know.
You were. Tu parles français?
Un peu.
C'est bien ça?
I barely know French.
Baguettes.
My dad gets so angry with me for it.
Oh.
But it's like I mean I go I go there like every year.
For you to talk about the dating culture in France,
no,
I would assume that you would need. Shouldn't you at least know how to?
No, yeah, like I know how it works, if that makes any sense. Like it's
how it works. Okay, how does it work in France?
It's like it's not how it is here. It's not like, do you want to be my girlfriend? Do you want to be my boyfriend? It's kind of like people just like start hanging out and they like get together, and then it's kind of just like an assumption at that point. Like
I kind of feel like that's how it is in the U.S.
Yeah, but sometimes it's like, how do I like put this? Like,
do you mean when it comes to commitment?
Yeah, because like people here, like if you try to be like, oh, like we haven't established anything, but what are we? Then sometimes it's like, whoa. Yeah. But over there,
so what you're saying is when people are in France, if you sleep with someone, you're essentially in a relation. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, at least in my hometown. That's where it's kind of
hometown.
Like, in Strasbourg, France.
In France.
It's
your hometown is, but you don't speak French.
So
no,
you were
but
born
my
there,
citizenship is
Eh bien,
there.
Tu es pas vraiment un français, je
On
pense.
peut parler français.
Anyways,
I know how to say hi. My name is
Did you understand
Lulu.
what I said though?
You said, "Do I speak French?"
Oh Jesus. Okay. So okay. Well, I was born in France and I moved to the U.S. when I was 5. So
really?
yeah.
Where?
Where in France? Paris. Yeah.
Fun.
But I've not really been back there for long periods of time, so I can't really speak to the dating culture and.
Oh no.
Is it true that French people are incredibly rude? Is that true?
Parisians are rude.
Parisians are rude.
Paris,
but if you go to,
I don't like Paris, to be honest. But go ahead.
If you go to Strasbourg, they're really nice because it has a lot of, also because we're so close to the German border.
Yeah.
It has a lot of German influence. So like the people in Strasbourg, in my opinion, are really, really nice. But if you do go to Paris, they're a little meaner.
I think also it's part of like there's so many tourists. They're sick of tourists. Like yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely.
Wait, so okay, going back to China, can we get some Chinese flags in the chat, by the way? And some French flags, too. Get some French flags going. So, because China's a very secular country, right? It's not particularly religious, right?
Yeah.
So, my question for you is casual sex a pretty big thing in China?
Okay.
Or is it more... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, here's the thing. Like, I think... it's not like for sex, this topic in China is not like that open than here. You know, like people talk about sex like pretty normal, like they don't care about this topic. But like in China, people do. I mean, like this generation is getting better, but back to my parents and like older generations, they do like avoid sex, this topic. And I don't know, like I think casual sex is definitely a big thing, but people just don't put this topic on the table. You know, they don't share this kind of thing. Like,
where do you think that comes from in China?
Because I honestly, like, I grow up in China and I just here for like college. Because
to add to that, people often say it's religion that is the catalyst to that, right? And
no, it's not because of like religious
right, because China's not a religious country. Yeah. So what do you think that comes from then?
I just think like the lack of sex education. This is I think is a real big problem in China. And so people, I don't know, people are ashamed when they talk about sex, this topic. So like their children are educated in a way like, oh, don't talk sex in public. It's like a shame topic, whatever. Yeah.
Is it also true about the whole thing where you're limited how many children you can have in China? Is that still a thing? Or has that ever been a thing?
It's not a thing anymore. Like government are encouraging.
Do you think that plays a role into it?
No, I don't think so. I just think like the overall like sex education level is not enough. So people are like avoiding this topic. So, but I do think like casual sex is a thing, but people just don't put it on the table, like talk about it in a podcast. Obviously.
Is virginity something that's valued in China in the same way it is, like, for example, in other countries or in the U.S.? At least amongst in religious circles.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I think after 2020s, like after we enter like 21st century, people are caring less about virginity. But I do think there's a majority, not majority, like a big part of guys, they do care about virginity.